Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a floating POI. So you want to go into galleries. It can be any terrain you like. Just select the terrain you want to use or things that you want to use. I'm going to be making a crashed abductor floating place. You can build what you want, but this is just a tutorial. And you want to grab one of these. Well, it's probably like the only one. But you want to grab, if I can find it, I'm going to grab the floating island thing that's down here near the bottom of the list. I don't actually know, so I'm just gonna go into nature. It's here. It's called the Rock and Root Nature Gallery. So I'm gonna spawn all three down. You can just go in and select them from it one by one, but I'm placing all three to make it easier for me. So now that you have what you want, you can now start building a place on the map. Use whichever piece of the island you want, but for this, I'm gonna be so pitch was a good one, and make grid snap so I can rotate it perfectly. So now that this is normally placed, now this is destructible, and if you don't want it destructible, don't pick this. Pick this I'm gonna do this only. So as you see, you've gotten your floating island, but you don't want to place the floating island before. So you want to build a platform however high you want it, and then you put grid snap on, any grid snap that you think suits this, and then you have it on. I'm going to put it on the easiest grid snap to place with for me, which is 4. Actually it's 2 when I'm doing terrain, because it's always perfect building. Now you want to delete your pillar, because now builds are perfect on this island because it's at build point. As you see, I can basically build whatever I want. But so now, what you want to do, oh yeah, don't worry. Have your pillar up as long as you want. I'm going to have it up for this entire tutorial. Just so if I ever have to move or do something with the island, I can always know where to place it again. If it gets moved from the spot I put it at. So now that we have it there, I'm going to make the width bigger and the depth bigger. Make it as big as you want. I'm only making it a few clicks bigger. And I'm going to do the height because I think the height feels left out. Now changing the height can do stuff to the terrain. So I recommend after putting height, you just put it back. But now that you've got that, you want to get the, it depends on what you're using, but I would get the grass, some grass. Like, maybe this, chapter 2 grass. Because then you can, now if this happens, don't worry, you can always change it by going, building to prop is whatever you like. I don't even know what the point is for the choosing of it. Well, now you don't really need grid snap, but I'm gonna have grid snap 4 because it's easy for me. It's easier to build terrain with grid snap 4. It's your suitable terrain build, so just pick the grid snap you want, or don't use it at all if you prefer it. That. So now that you're circling the area, or well, you could start with any part of the island first. That's my sister's new game in the background. If you can hear it. So now you just want to keep placing the grass down as much as you want. I'm not going to resize it, but you can resize it if you want. And now, when you're done the terrain, so now that you've done the terrain and it looks like an island, you want to grab the device of the light one. You want to grab the customizable light. You want to put it to spotlight and change it to this red-orange color. Now make it face downward. And now look at your grass. It looks orange. The higher up you make it, if you make it that high, it makes it that. But like, I'm just gonna do it to up here. Now place as many as you want, but don't place too many, because it might get in the way of putting stuff on this island. Now you want to keep them at nearly the exact same height, or you can change the height of them whenever you feel like it. Now don't add too many, because it makes this bright effect, and don't make it too close to the ground because of the bright effect that you can get. But if you want the bright effect, you can have the bright effect. It's just there if you want it. I'll come back when I'm done placing. And I'm not actually cutting, so, but you can skip this. But now, my grass is nearly done, so I can nearly move on to the next part. Okay, I'm nearly done the grass. There's just so much of it that I have a feeling I've done it all now. Oh my god, there's still some places left. So I'm just gonna place it all over the part of the island now. Now you don't have to place as much as you want. I'm just bored of doing this. So now we have it down, and we're gonna go to undo that. Well, we're not gonna look at those anymore for now. We want to go close to the top. Here is the thing. Get any cube you want, but I'm gonna do the calm cube. Now resize it. You don't have to resize it depending on the size of your island. But for this one, I'm resizing it because of the size of this island. So now that we have the cube down, he might stick over, so I might shrink him. And there he is. He's just sitting there. Now I built this too small, so I'm going to use some small shards. I'm going to resize. Oh, finally, when I made it, you can make them smaller. Before you couldn't make it smaller, that was the actual size. As small as it could get, but now you can make a small abductor. Now I'm going to make it a bit big, and I'm going to do roll and pitch and combine it. And there we have a crashed abductor piece. Now I'm going to do this one very, very small. And there it is. Now I'm gonna move the cube over to here because I feel like it's better there. Now you can move the cube wherever you want if you have to move it. Now there we have the cube placed and the abductor shards. I am going to place some of these tiny shards as well. that can really help upgrade the feel of the crashed abductor. And now that we've done that, I'm going to grab some wires and add them to the abductor. To make it feel like the abductor is actually broken. Superior. I'm not going to join right now. And did you know these actually act as terrain pieces for building? So that is good. Sadly, the wires, they don't, and so do these broken bits and bobs here. So now that we've added that, I'm going to add this piece and make it small as it can get and roll it. There. Now I am done the floating crashed abductor island. You can make it as big as you want. Now I'm going to destroy this pillar. And you can build on this island. Well, not everywhere. But you can build on the island. As long as you build near the abductor first. You see some of the grass was broken. Don't mind that, you can always replace the grass. And look what the grass would look like without the lights. Now that we have done the island, I'm going to see you in the next video.